What's up, y'all? It's Lauren Hicks Wilson. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, please subscribe. If this is not your first time, welcome back. And if you can't tell by who's on my shirt and what's on my shirt, you may know now, but this is what we're about to talk about. Mary J. Blige's What's the 411, her debut album from 1992. Let's get into it. All right, player and hater, play a card. Man, you the only player and hater too. Dion, what's something you did as a kid that you ain't told nobody? I ain't telling you nothing. Man, you always clowning. Always trying to clown somebody. Man, ain't nobody gonna clown you. I'm just sharing. All right. Well, when I was little, I used to be scared of the dark. Oh, I used to be scared of the dark. Scary ass little boy. Scary ass little boy. Hey. No, I'm just playing. See, that's why nobody like telling you that. Devontae, y'all, when I was a kid, I used to wear my Superman costume year round.
Who you thought you was?
Man, I really thought I was Superman.
Clearly.
You used to wear a cape
Chill.
and try to fly around like Superman?
Bruh.
How many bones did you break?
Here we go.
Silly ass little boy. Silly ass little boy.
Just clowning.
I'm just playing. Play a card. Play a card. All right.
And what you used to do?
I used to pee in the bed till I was about 8, y'all. I'm sorry. What? Pissy ass little boy. 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 Oh. Man, we need to find something else to play.
Oh, I'll find something else to play.
I don't want to play no more.
I don't want to play anymore.
Don't ever doubt you'll be someone. Always go for what you want. Get up and put your purpose on. Get up, feel the sunshine on your face. Believe that you deserve it all. Put in the work and you will end up far. This is my show and tell. So tell me, are you ready to get it on? So tell me, yeah. So tell me, are you ready? So tell me, are you ready for me? So tell me, are you ready? Tell me, are you ready?
All right, look. So, Mary J. Blige, What's the 411? Just want to show y'all the album cover. This is actually my mom's copy that she used to play over and over again when I was a kid. This is the actual CD. This is probably the copy she bought in 92. And it's not in the best condition, but the CD still plays completely and thoroughly, and that's all that matters. The pictures still look good. And if you look closely, you can see my mom's signature on it because she used to mark every CD with her initials or with nail polish or with some kind of marker or something or another. That's how you could always tell it was hers. You know? But yes, and I got this really cool What's the 411 shirt from Spotify not too long ago. I remember when Spotify was trying to get a lot of people to download their apps. And for the people that downloaded it and was utilizing it a lot, they got perks and stuff. I know I was one of those people. And I got one of these shirts from Spotify. I always wish it was a Brandy shirt, but I'm like, how did they know I like Mary J. Blige too? Probably by going by my playlist. But let's get into it. This is Mary J. Blige's debut album, and the first single off of this album was from 1991 from the Strictly Business soundtrack. And it's You Remind Me. I have the cassette single. I found it at Amoeba. It has 2 tracks on it, You Remind Me, and then the extended You Remind Me instrumental. It is totally a vibe. You know what I mean? Like when you play this and you just listen to the song and then listen to the instrumental, it's such a vibe. It definitely gives you that crispy, that polished, like early 90s vibe. I don't know why I say polished because the early 90s was not polished, It was very, like it just seemed like, I don't know what the word is. I want to use relatable, but you know what I mean. Things got more polished around the mid 2000s or the early 2000s rather. But look, the first track is a slamming intro. I love a good intro, and I love an album that has an intro that makes sense, and that's totally necessary for the album. For this album to open up with Mary's answering machine, it just made you feel more, at home. It made you feel like you knew her. It made you feel like you was calling. Like when my mom used to play this, that's what it felt like for me. And I always wondered, like, why she play Mary so much? It's specifically this album and her '99 Mary album she played. I think somebody robbed her for her My Life CD, but that's another story. But yeah, this is the album that she played a lot. And as just the album starting, it starts off great and with how do you say? It starts off with a kick, really. It starts off with like up, like starts up. You know what I mean? Get you up. So it has a hip hop beat. It has that you know what I mean? It has that break beat. It has the sample. It has that street feel, like somebody's about to start, freestyling on the corner or something. You know what I mean? So yeah, the intro is very, very, very dope. And it has a lot of cameos by a lot of different celebrities and rappers and executives that was out and popular at the time, like, Keith Murray, you know what I mean? Heavy D. And I like how consistent Mary J. Blige is, because she's used this answering machine rhetoric more than once for her albums, and that's what I love. And this was produced by Tony Dofat. Shout out to you, Tony Dofat. I don't know how much you produce, but shout out to you with your genius. Of course, Sean Puffy Combs, because he's a great businessman, and for the lyrics and the concept and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Love this. Some of these pictures that are in the album, I have it on my shirt, and I love it. I love the B-girl look, the hardcore grungy look with, sophisticated look with schoolgirl around the way look. You know what I mean? Like she, even though Mary was probably in her early 20s, it seemed like she could have been any age. She could be a 16-year-old. She could be a 21-year-old. She could have been a 30-year-old. I just liked how they market her, So the next song coming in is Reminisce, which is probably one of my favorite Mary J. Blige's, one of my favorite videos by her from this era. And I like the makeup, the fashion, and the lighting, and how everything seemed like it's in a dream, and like the white stage that lights up that she's just laying on, and she's just kicking back with her glasses and with the boots on. You know what I mean? I love that. I've always loved that. And when Mary was saying in her early interviews that a lot of girls was coming out looking like Lil Marys and stuff like that, I kind of could see what she mean, especially with the attitude and the fashion. But yes, so Reminisce, probably one of my favorite songs. That's a Dave Jam production. And of course, Sean Puffy Combs is on it. And the lyrics is by Kenneth G. Love. That is a amazing song. And most of this was recorded in New York City. Mary J. Blige got her start by singing karaoke. Well, she wasn't singing karaoke. She went to go cut a song in a karaoke booth, because back in the day at the malls, they had karaoke booths in the 80s. You can just go in the booth and just record a song for fun. But she went in there and actually took it a little bit more serious. It wasn't for fun. And she actually could sing and fit in the track. So I forget what song that was, but all the Mary J. Blige fanatics, comment that song below. What was that song that Mary was singing in that karaoke booth? I think it was an Anita Baker song, right? Yeah. So track 3 coming in strong is the infamous Real Love. Real Love. That's my imitation of the beat. That's why I'm wearing this hat that say boy, like London Boy, B-boy at the time. Stuff like this was really popular. And look, you saw it here first. If you see anybody dressing like this, of course many of us do, but you saw Lawrence doing it first. Stop playing, get your own style. Look, no, seriously, I really love the 90s. I won't say what part specific. There's many parts of the 90s that I love. Many parts of different eras that I love, and I haven't we're going to talk about that later, but we're going to get into fashion later. But yes, speaking of fashion, check out these boots. Check out the boots. All right, Mary, look, Real Love. I'm looking through this booklet, and I feel like I'm in the Real Love video. I want to run through a dark alley. I want to swing on some gates, and, and I want to dance in some boots. And, doesn't that video remind you of Jade, Don't Walk Away? Which video came out first? But that was definitely the vibe at this time. Real Love really set Mary apart when she came out, because at the time you got 91 and you got 92. You got those glamorous and those elegant singers like you have. Of course, you have Aretha Franklin. Of course, you have your Gladys Knights. Of course, you have I think Pebbles was out at this time or coming out. You had Whitney Houston, who was enormous at this time. Mariah Carey was just coming out. And then you got Mary J. Blige, which doesn't quite fit all of that, but fits all of that at the same time. I'd like to think Mary's style contributed to a lot of my favorite female artists that came up after her, like Brandy, like Aaliyah, and like Escape and artists like that, because of the style and the attitude. So yes, Mary, thank you, Mary, for the realness. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Real Love has a couple of remixes, and one of the remixes has the Notorious B.I.G. on it, so check it out. But Real Love is one of those songs I vividly remember coming on this album, and when it came on, it always captivated me. It was one of those songs that made you feel like it was a warm sunny day or a warm summer day. It was one of them songs that you wanted to play when the summer kicked off, and like you and the family went to the beach, for the week or so. And it's just one of them albums you take on a trip with you, and it's definitely one of them albums you can clean up the house to and just vibe to and stuff like that. A staple, you know what I mean? So you remind me. There's a remix to You Remind Me as well, and I love that remix. I love the video, and it definitely shows you how the 90s was coming out of the 80s as far as production and the rapping and the style and all of that. But You Remind Me, the album version, I just like the way it starts, you know what I mean? I just like the chords and Mary coming in with her falsetto, and everything about the way that the song starts is just an alluring, start to like pull you into the song. And then it got that, that beat. You think Mary about to come into a ballad, but it's one of them, they come in, you know. So I love the You Remind Me beat. I love the chord choices. Speaking of You Remind Me, that's why I have the cassette right here. This is why I love bopping out to the instrumental from the Strictly Business soundtrack, because the beat is just a jam, and the chords remind me of like the different songs that used to play during the Soul Train Awards, like when they were announcing different artists coming on stage, or like the ending credits of a hip hop show that used to come on BET. It's just raw. And I love that. I love that about that. Shout out to you, Dave Jam Hall, for that production. I would love to be under or in the company of any of these legendary, iconic 90s producers, and I would love to work with them and see if I could ever get something produced by them that could sound anything remotely close to what they did for our favorite artists. I don't care if I have to record an analog. I'm willing to try it. I want to see just how it sounds, Now, the next song you got is the intro talk, and I believe this is featuring a young Busta Rhymes. Busta, you know what I'm saying? Again, you got one of those interludes in those intros where somebody is kind of talking and making you feel like you know them. Interludes and intros made so much sense in albums back then. Now they're just like, what was that? What was that? But this, man, to have a Busta Rhymes on your first album, now that is figgity fat. But it's a lot of other celebrities on this album as well. Coming out of that intro talk, you got the amazing Sweet Thing, originally done by Shaka Khan. And we're not even going to get into what Shaka Khan said, but we're going to just enjoy the both of their versions, because I love Shaka's versions and I love Mary's version. They both take me to a place. Shaka, nobody can sing like that. And the way that she, takes the song there, only Shaka can take the song there like that. Same thing with Mary. The thing that I liked about Mary, it was just the feeling. Like, I don't know, it's just the feeling that you get when she sings, and her voice obviously isn't Shaka Khan, and that's not why we're listening to it. We can go listen to Shaka's record if that's the case. But I enjoy both of them, and I love the Sweet Thing cover by Mary J, the Mary J version. And that would have been pretty dope if we had a video. Wouldn't it have been? It would have been pretty dope. So yeah, Sweet Thing by Mary J Blige. That's the next track on there. That is track number 3, 4, 5, 6. Going into the 7th track. This is a really good song by Mary. Great single. A bop and a vibe. Love No Limit. If you want to have a conversation about Mary J Blige, if you want to have a conversation about relating to Black women, if you want to have a conversation about staples that comes out of this album, you could not mention this album without mentioning Love No Limit. It's like that's probably a go-to song besides Real Love when you think Mary when she first came out. It's that Love No Limit. It's something about that boom, doom, baby, there's no need to tell you. You know what I mean? So relatable. And when I heard that song, I felt like I heard it before. I thought it was a cover, or like, man, we've heard this song before, right? But no, Mary, that's her original, one of her original staples, and that is gonna be here forever and ever. That is probably the standout track on this album. Besides the singles itself, Love No Limit. Standout for sure. The next track we got I Don't Want to Do Anything Else featuring KC from the amazing Jodeci at the time. And I love that they had this duet together. And it definitely showcased what Mary could do with other artists, how she can sing with other artists. And her voice complimented KC's as well as KC's complimenting hers. And I love how they sound together. I love what the song is about, the production. The production sounds very, very like early 90s because this was 92. This was actually released and copyrighted in 91 and 92. So whoever was producing, I mean, it just sounds like one of those late 80s, like early 90 ballads, which makes sense for a 1992 record. So I'm glad we got it. I'm glad we got it. So yes, I Don't Want to Do Anything Else. I know a lot of ladies out there that love that song. I know a lot of our aunties and a lot of our mamas that love that song by Mary J. Blige. If it's playing, Mary J. and Casey singing I Don't Want to Do Anything Else, you better know they're going to come in the house singing it. Like, oh, now I don't know I'm gonna make love to you. You know, tell me about it. All right, next track, we got Slow Down. Slow down, baby. The loving ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You got Mary being a little bit sensual on here. I love the production. I love the chords. I love the flute. I love all of those parts of the song on here. And it's just one of those songs that made you feel like you was driving downtown with the top, well, not even with the top down, you could just be in a car, you know, and it's, you know, you're driving downtown cruising in the city, and that's the song that came on. It's just one of them vibes, you know what I'm saying? So Slow Down is probably a gem off of this album. If I would have to say any kind of album cut or gem, it would definitely be Slow Down off of this record. All right, the next song you got My Love. I love the beat off of this song, and I love the way that Mary J is singing it and the layers and the harmonies. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing too much I could say about My Love. Oh, there's one thing I could say. I like the remix as well. That's on the remix album. A lot of the remixes that they did for that album was pretty amazing. Who produced that? My Love, that's another Dave Jam Hall. Dave Jam did a lot of production on this album, as well as, you know, of course, you know, Sean Puffy Combs. And then you got some songs that were produced by Devontae Swing. And that's probably, obviously, that song with, yeah, I Don't Want to Do Anything Else. That was Devontae Swing production. Shout out to you. He was doing a lot around, you know, in the early 90s. So, yeah, the My Love song, that's a Dave Jam song. The next track, you got The Changes I've Been Going Through, giving you hip-hop realness. That boom, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do. Listen. Love it. Love it. Give me all of the cheesy hip-hopness that you can give me with the samples and the break beats and all that. When it comes to like simple break beats, simple break beats 1, 2, 3, that's definitely one of those staples that you're going to hear or that you probably heard a million times. Man, I remember my mom playing this. Finally, the track that comes in last on this record, track number 12, is the title track, What's the 411? Now, this album is very short and sweet, only 12 tracks. And, of course, you got the Grand Poobah on the record. Love Grand Poobah. Shout out to Grand Poobah. Man, that would be amazing if I could get in company with him and do something with him. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. Check it out. Do, 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 do. You know, I don't know why that popped up in my head, but... Gotta love Grand Poobah on the What's the 411 track. Check out that Yo MTV Raps live performance that Grand Poobah did with Mary J performing What's the 411. Love what Mary is wearing. It's giving you 92, 93 realness. Man, it's like she could have guest starred on Sister Sister or something like. What's up with that hat? I love it. Can I get it? From the shorts, you know, the overall, I think that was some shorts or maybe some overalls she had on, but it was very hot what she had on. Everything that Mary was wearing at the time, from the glasses, the spandex, the all black, she was just popping. Just popping. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, What's the 411? Mary J. Blige shows off her singing skills, of course, and her rapping skills. And this won't be the only time she does that. But I'm glad that she did it on her first album. So if anybody's ever confused, like, why is she rapping her own, if that's ever cringy to you, you should probably listen to her first album because Mary been doing that. As well as the Real Love. You know, that dancing. She been dancing. She's been rapping. She's been singing. She's been the queen of hip hop soul. Mary, my mom adores you. My mama loves you. And she's been to your concert before when you did the Mary tour back in 99. She even had the Mary keychain. And we lost it on the bus. But yeah, we love you, Mary. We appreciate you. I have to put on my What's the 411 shirt. I won't show y'all the rest of it because it's stained really bad. So I have to wear it like this. And it's kind of faded from me washing it. But I'll be trying to take care of it as best as I can. But yeah, that's my review on this album. It's definitely a 10.5. An amazing debut. Talk about debuts that are study worthy. It's this one. Talk about something that's short, sweet, straight to the point. And definitely to give you a album full of bangers that you really don't need to skip, because there's nothing that's on here that's really a filler. Like, she don't have none of them ballads that sound like it belonged to Patti LaBelle from the 80s. You know what I mean? Like a dated ballad that probably could better be sang by somebody else. She has it all. So and then she follows it up, right? But yeah, that's my review on Mary. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, check out my new music video, Open Up Your Heart. Stream that new EP, Open Up Your Heart, on Apple Music. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Woo!